Hi everyone, it's Michaela. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today I have my first Disney resort review video for you guys. I am very excited. Today we are talking about Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. I first stayed here back in January, so this video is a little bit overdue. Honestly, I was debating on even if I wanted to film this and upload this. I went around debating whether people were going to want to see it or were going to even watch it. But this is what I want to put on my channel, and I need to learn that I need to put out the content that I want to film and that gets me excited to edit and film. I love this resort and I'm excited to tell you guys all of the pros and the cons and everything in between about Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. First, we're going to start off with the resort itself and we're going to dive into everything about it. So, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort is in the Epcot area. I believe that the resorts are divided into 3 areas: Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Epcot. I don't believe there is a Hollywood Studios area, but correct me if I am wrong. So Magic Kingdom, you obviously have resorts like the Contemporary. Down by Animal Kingdom, you have Animal Kingdom Lodge, and at Epcot, you have Caribbean Beach Resort and the Riviera are the two closest, I believe. If you are taking Mears Connect, which is the shuttle service that Disney does with the airport, it is not free like the Magical Express was. You do have to pay for it, but if you take it like my boyfriend and I did, they drop you off at the very front of the resort. Now, Caribbean Beach is ginormous. It is the largest resort on property, and it is split into 5 different areas: Jamaica, Martinique, Trinidad, Barbados, and Aruba. So we were staying in Aruba, so all the information I am about to tell you comes from Aruba and Aruba only. I have only stayed at the Caribbean Beach Resort once. When talking about the Caribbean Beach Resort, it is probably most famous for its pool. If you guys have not seen photos of their pool, it is the most super cool, badass pool I have ever seen. It is kind of like a pirate ship, like Caribbean vibe, and it has such a cool water slide. This water slide, I'm 23 and my boyfriend is 28, and we both loved that water slide. We were the oldest people in that line by probably 20 years, but it was the best thing ever. The pool is amazing. If you're looking for a resort that has a really awesome pool, I think Caribbean Beach is probably going to be one of your top contenders. Another thing that stuck out to me about the Caribbean Beach Resort was their food. So obviously with the quick service, there's going to be a lot of hamburgers, chicken tenders, and basic theme park food. However, they did have a few different Caribbean food, and it was really cool. It added to the kind of Caribbean, authentic experience. And what I also really liked about this resort is there was a grab and go, quick service, and sit down all within the area of the pool. And they also had the best pool bar ever. Seriously guys, when I tell you that pool bar, it was awesome. It was called Banana Cabana, and I don't know if every resort is like this. Honestly, probably each resort that has a pool bar probably has drinks that are very similar, but these drinks were delicious. I am a pina colada stan. Love anything that is like a blended slushy drink, so that was right up my alley, and they had a couple different variations of those, and let's just say they hit the spot. So their grab and go is called Marketplace Grab and Go, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, but it kind of gave gas station vibes. They had the gas station coolers that are from head to toe that just have drinks upon drinks, and then they had a little mini fridge that had bagels and really quick grab and go breakfast items, and you literally just grabbed everything and you could eat it on the Skyliner, you could eat it walking to the bus stop. Within their grab and go, they had Centertown Marketplace, and this was their quick service. So this was where you went up to the register and ordered off of a menu, and it took maybe 5 to 10 minutes to get your food. It's like any other quick service that are in any of the parks, and you could take it to a table, sit down, eat it, and then get on your merry way. So there, they had very similar things to the grab and go section. They had all the breakfast bagels. I had so many breakfast bagels while we were staying at Caribbean Beach. It was the most basic bagel, egg, cheese, bacon. I loved it. I don't know what they put in there, but every morning I woke up and I was like, I need my breakfast bagel. They also had the bounty platter, which was the Mickey waffles, sausage, bacon, and potatoes. Again, I don't know what they put in there because I could make the same thing at home, and I did, and it just didn't taste the same. I don't know what they're doing to it. I don't know if it's the Disney magic, but all of those breakfast items tasted so much better at the resort than when I make them here at my house. And then I think right at about 11, they switched the Marketplace quick service to lunch and dinner. And then they're gonna have hamburgers, chicken strips, like French fries. And they also had a couple different Caribbean options, which I thought was really cool because like I said earlier in the video, it kind of just adds to the experience. I can put those items on the screen because I don't exactly remember them because I'm a very picky eater, so I did not eat those. But they looked really good. My boyfriend, I believe, got one. And it smelled really good, but I did not try it because I am one of the world's pickiest eaters. And then we have the sit-down restaurant, which is called Sebastian's Bistro. And this is a set menu and a set price restaurant. And it is family style. And it is called a Taste of the Caribbean, which honestly, I thought I wasn't going to like it because it's not chicken tenders, waffles, and eggs, but I really liked it. We ate a third of it, and that was it between both my boyfriend and I. We were debating on going, and we were like, oh, you know, maybe we will, maybe we won't. It's a little bit expensive. So we made a reservation, and then we thought that we weren't gonna go. So we ate like a quick, like, lunch and dinner in between, and then we decided no, like let's actually go so we can experience it. And we went, and we were like, we should not have eaten all of that before we came here. So we did not eat a lot. It was all very, very good, except one of the jams. It was like the onion jam. I was not having it. I've watched plenty of YouTube videos about this restaurant, and people were saying that it was really good. I liked I think it was the onion butter or garlic butter. Whatever it was, the butter was really good. The jam was not. But this dessert, guys, I'm telling you, I really recommend this restaurant. Even if you don't think you're gonna like Caribbean food, everything was to die for. And then, like I said, they also had a very good pool bar. It was called Banana Cabana, and there they had a bunch of drinks, and they also had like cheeseburgers and cute little like appetizer meals. Let me tell you, their drinks, like I said, I love a pina colada, and they had about 5 different variations of pina coladas. So I was in heaven. I had so many pina coladas. And I also liked at the Marketplace, they had virgin pina coladas. So even if I didn't want to drink an alcoholic one, I still was able to enjoy a pina colada. But it was really funny. My boyfriend is usually like a really hardcore beer person. He really likes beers. He doesn't do like cocktails or anything like that at home. But he was drinking pina coladas because they were super, super good. So if anyone loves a pina colada, the Banana Cabana is the place to go. I'm going to dive a little bit into the pool area as well. The pool bar was right across from the pool area. It was outside of the gate, but they let us bring our food in. Well, I don't know if they let us, but nobody said anything about when I was eating my chicken tenders at my chair. There was plenty of seating. That was not an issue at all, which I've watched other resort review videos, and there have been resorts that have a lot of problems with people finding seats. And we came in the middle of the day, and we were able to find a seat, which was really nice. We didn't have to worry about that. And there was a jacuzzi and a smaller pool, and then the big pool with the big water slide. They also had these like cannons that would shoot out water. Let me tell you, that water is freezing. They heat the pool. When we went, it was early January, so we had like 75 and sunny 6 out of 9 of the days that we were there, and then the other 3 days were cold, windy, and rainy. And I say cold, guys, I'm telling you, Florida cold is different from Alaska cold, because Florida cold at like 55 and a little bit of wind had me and my boyfriend shivering. And one of the cast members was like, where are you guys from? And we're like, we don't even want to tell you because you're gonna make fun of us. And we told them we're from Alaska, and they quite literally did laugh at us. But I'm telling you, Florida cold and Alaska cold, 2 totally different things. now we're gonna dive into our individual room now that we have everything about the resort out of the way. So like I mentioned, we stayed in the Aruba area. So we did not request to be in Aruba. We did not know we were in Aruba until the day of our check-in. And we checked our little app thing a couple times throughout the day, and it wasn't until probably about noon our time, and where were we at noon? I think we were in Seattle, that it was ready and that it said Aruba. So we were on the first floor, which I really liked. I do not like being on the second floor or third floor of resorts or hotels. I feel like I can't be, like, I'm walking on eggshells and I have to be super quiet. It was the same thing when I was living in a dorm room. I had a bottom floor apartment one year, and then the next year I had a top floor. I hated the top floor. I lived there last summer. I hated it. I always felt like I had to walk super quietly and I couldn't like be loud. So we were really happy to get on a ground floor room. It also helps that Caribbean Beach doesn't have elevators. So if you have like a stroller or a cooler or anything like that, I know you can request a ground floor, but I've heard a lot of people say that their requests weren't able to be filled. So just keep that in mind. When we booked our room, we booked a king room with a standard view, and we also requested to be near a Skyliner and a bus stop if possible. When you book your resort, you are able to go in and put in requests, and our first priority was being close to the Skyliner, and the second priority was being close to a bus stop if possible. Boy, did Caribbean Beach deliver. We were about a 2 to 3 minute walk from the Skyliner and a less than 1 minute walk from the bus stop. All we had to do with the bus stop is go out of our room, walk this way a little bit, and boom, there was the bus stop. And the Skyliner, we were very close to the Riviera Skyliner, so we always did that one. We never walked all the way to the Caribbean Beach Hub Skyliner. I don't know if you're technically allowed to use Riviera one as a Caribbean Beach guest, but that's what we did. No one ever said anything to us, and like I said, it was like a 3 minute walk from our room, so we got very lucky with our room placement. If you guys want a deeper look into what a king-size room at the Caribbean Beach Resort looks like, there is a video, I can link it down below, of a video that gives you a little room tour. It's like less than 2 minutes long. That is exactly what our room looked like. So you came in and we had 2 chairs and a table, and then we had our bed, and then you walked a little further and you had the bathroom. I really liked the bathroom door. It was like that sliding wooden one, and you had your double sinks, and then on the right side of that you had another door to the bathroom which had the toilet and the shower. When we went in January, there were still H2O products in the resort room. Now, I do not know if that is still accurate because I have not been in the last 6 months, so don't go there expecting H2O products still because they are phasing it out. But I loved the double sinks because my boyfriend and I could get ready at the same time, and we each had our own space, which was so nice. The king room also came with a coffee maker, an ice bucket, and a mini refrigerator. It did not come with a microwave, but we weren't too concerned about that. We did a full-on Disney vacation, and we never ate food in our room that we like brought from home. We definitely DoorDashed some Chick-fil-A because we don't got Chick-fil-A here in Juneau, so we definitely ate a lot of Chick-fil-A like at night. But in terms of like mac and cheese cups or stuff like that, we didn't buy any of that, so a microwave wasn't really essential for us. I have been told that you can go to the front desk and they can bring you an extra one if they have one, but that wasn't a concern for us. We were also near the Aruba pool. We never used that pool. It was probably less than a 2 minute walk from our actual resort room. But whenever we decided to go swimming, we always wanted to go to the one with the big water slide and the alcoholic beverages, which was kind of far from us. We were about a 7 to 10 minute walk from the main lobby and where the pool was, which wasn't a problem for us. We did not mind walking. But This resort is very spaced out. So if you are a person that does not like walking places and you want just a very small resort, Caribbean Beach may not be for you. With everything being said about our room, I'm going to talk about the dates we went and what we paid. So this I will be looking at my phone because this is a number that I don't care to memorize. So we went from January 7th was our check-in day, and we checked out the morning of January 15th. So we were there for 8 nights, and we paid, with 5 days of park tickets, we paid $3,660.28. So we did do 6 days of park tickets because what happened was our second day was Epcot. We spent about 2 hours in Epcot and I got super sick. My boyfriend was sick right before vacation, and so naturally I got sick during vacation and I tapped out after 2 hours. And then on one of our rest days, we opted to pay to go to Epcot again. So realistically, that number should be more like 3,900 and something, but at the time when we booked our room, it was $3,660.28. Caribbean Beach is a moderate resort, so obviously this is going to be higher than, let's say, All Stars or Pop Century. We wanted to do a moderate vacation. When we first booked this, I was totally down for like an All-Star Music or All-Star Sports or even Pop Century. And my boyfriend said no, he wanted to do it a little bit more moderate. So we picked Caribbean Beach, and you could totally do it a lot cheaper. You don't have to do 6 days of parks or 5 days of parks. I think if we went like next time when we go, we will definitely do maybe like 4 park days or 3 park days. But for the first time, like this was the first time I was going in 3 years, and this was the first time he was going in a lot longer than that. So we wanted to kind of do like the full experience of a Disney vacation. We're going to now jump into the pros and the cons of staying at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, starting with the pros. So the biggest pro is you have access to the Skyliner. So at Caribbean Beach Resort, you do have 2 forms of transportation. You have the Skyliner and you have the bus. Now the bus it's okay. I didn't hate the bus. It was just a bus. But I really enjoyed the Skyliner. I was very excited that we were able to book a resort that is on the Skyliner track. And we got even more excited when we found out how close our room was to the actual Skyliner. This is a very easy mode of transportation. It takes you to Epcot, it takes you to Hollywood Studios, or it can take you to any of the other Skyliner resorts if you want to go resort hopping as well. So this was the first time we stayed at a Skyliner resort, and I can guarantee you it will not be the last. The next pro is Caribbean Beach is just a beautiful resort. You have the lake, you have the Riviera, you have beautiful plants and beautiful construction and architect and artwork, and it's just a gorgeous resort. Now, some of the rooms are a little dated, but in terms of the actual resort itself, the lobby is beautiful, lots of windows, beautiful natural lighting, the pool area, and just all the plants that they have around this resort is beautiful, and the touch of detail that they put into this resort to make it feel like you are on a tropical Caribbean vacation is outstanding. My boyfriend and I said that if we literally wanted to do a Caribbean vacation but couldn't go to the Caribbean, we would just go to this resort. The last pro is I personally believe, along with my boyfriend, that the price matched the resort and what we got. So you know the phrase, you get what you paid for? I totally think that this matched up and was true for Caribbean Beach Resort. Our room was just what it needed to be. We are not the type of people that spend a lot of time in our rooms at all. On our rest days, we spent maybe a third of the day in our room, and then we were at the pool. We were hanging out in downtown. Well, no, not downtown Disney. Not downtown Disney. That's in Anaheim. Disney Springs. We're in Orlando, so it's Disney Springs. And it didn't need to be super fabulous or anything spectacular, but we didn't want to stay at a value resort either. So it was the perfect in between. And the amenities, I will never stop talking about that pool, guys. call it my toxic trait, my red flag, will never shut up about the Caribbean beach resort pool. Now we're moving on to the cons. I had to think long and hard about what to put on this cons list. And the first one is this resort is very large. Now, it wasn't a huge deal for my boyfriend and I because, like I said, we didn't mind the walk. The bus stop was right by our room. The Skyliner was right by our room. So the only thing that we had to walk far to was the pool and the lobby, which it wasn't that bad. It was like a 10-minute walk. But everything else is very spread out. Like if you are at the edge of the edge, you got a 15, maybe 20-minute walk if you got kids with you. So just keep that in mind. It is the largest resort on property. Not even for just how many rooms they have, just how spread out everything is. The second and the last con is, number one, our Aruba bus stop is the last bus stop. So sometimes we were getting on a bus and it was jam-packed and we ended up having to stand. And then on the Mears Connect bus, it was the last stop. So after a 16-hour travel day, we just wanted to lay down, order some Chick-fil-A, and go to bed and prep for our Hollywood Studios day the next day. It stopped at like 2 or 3 different resorts, and then finally at Caribbean Beach Resort. So if you are thinking about taking Mears Connect or a bus from theme park to theme park, you might want to think about Ubering if you do not want to deal with a full bus or being the last stop. But it wasn't anything that was like horrible for my boyfriend and I. It wasn't a deal breaker. It was just like, you know, this is kind of annoying, but we're on vacation, so we're not in a big hurry anyways. With all that being said, what do I rate Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort out of 5 stars? I'm going to rate it 4.5 out of 5 stars. The only thing that is knocking it from getting a 5 out of 5 is just how far away it was and how spread out it was. And honestly, I don't even know if I should count that against it because we knew going into it how large it was. But that's the only thing. Honestly, I might bump it up to a 4.75 out of 5 because I don't think half a point that's not right. I'm being a little harsh. So I rate Caribbean Beach Resort a 4.75 out of 5 stars. Or we're gonna go with Mickey's. So 4.75 out of 5 Mickey's goes to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. And the burning question, would I stay there again? Yes, I would. I was actually looking at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort for a solo trip, maybe next January, but I don't think I'm going to be able to afford it. I don't think it's in the cards. I have to pay for tuition, a bachelorette party, and just all this other stuff. But the answer is yes, I would definitely stay there again. Maybe not my next Disney World trip in a couple years because I do want to stay at other resorts. But if I ever did like a solo kind of trip or a trip with my friends, I would definitely 100% stay here again. That was my review of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below so you can join the happy little corner of the internet that we have here on my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!